Yo, what's up, folks? This is Brian coming at you. Hey, this is gonna be a long one, so bear with me. The title of this video is called "Hating Yourself." Just finished a therapy appointment up here just a few minutes ago, and I have a lot of thoughts that I want to share here. The title of this video is "Hating Yourself." I think for me, I've been learning a lot with the new therapist that I've been meeting with. The dude is like, it's fire. And I've been doing it for about 9 months, which is really cool. And I think the biggest thing that I am learning is what it means to truly love yourself, right? And not to hate yourself. And I think I've heard that tossed around a lot, right? Oh, love yourself, love yourself. And it's like, oh yeah, of course, I love myself. You know, I'm attractive, or I'm a great dancer, or I'm a great business owner, or, I love myself. I love my life. But I think what I've been getting even more in touch with is that the most important time that you need to love yourself is actually when you're messing up in life. When you are having dark thoughts, when you are being lazy, when you are judging other people, when you have a grudge against somebody else, right? And I think what I realized is that I wasn't loving myself during those times, right? When I was doing these things that I considered to be evil or wrong or sinful, right? I come from a Christian upbringing, Christian background, and in a Christian faith, it can be easy to look at things that are not right, whether it's being depressed, whether it is thinking about something that is evil or wrong, again being judgmental, lazy, having impure thoughts, whatever it may be. And I think my reaction to those things have been, that's bad, right? I tell myself, like, if I'm being lazy, right, and I don't want to get up, or I don't want to spend time with my kids, right? Sometimes you guilt. I don't want to spend time with my kids, or I don't want to help my wife out with something she asked, or I feel pissed at somebody and I'm thinking about, telling them off or something else, And the first reaction is typically like, okay, it's time to get rid of these thoughts. How can I get rid of this stuff, right? This bad stuff that I'm feeling or thinking, right? And judging myself, right? By saying, I shouldn't feel lazy right now, that's bad. Or I shouldn't feel this or that. And labeling these things as bad. And I'm realizing through therapy that a lot of these things that I'm labeling, like when I do bad stuff or think bad stuff, that I'm not loving myself at that time. I'm not accepting myself for who I am, and I'm feeling like I have to change in order to be better. But the reality is that I don't have to change to be better. Like, I don't have to do anything different to be loved or accepted, right? I can still be the same jacked up person and make the same jacked up decisions and still be okay. And I know that sounds super counterintuitive, especially if you come from a Christian background, but it is the reality, because loving yourself, I'm learning, is not just like, oh wow, I did something great, or man, I had a great day, I'm the bomb, and the next day I don't want to do anything, or I don't like this person or whatever, and I'm not good. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? The way that we treat ourselves is very important. How we treat ourselves in the moments of weakness, in the moments that you're struggling, is to really look at yourself and say, man, I understand why you're pissed at that person. I understand why you're being lazy right now. I understand why you're having that thought. And showing yourself empathy and showing yourself kindness in those moments, as we would do somebody else, right? If somebody else is tripping or thinking something crazy, it's easy to do it for somebody else, right? They're tripping, they're doing something crazy. Like, oh, you're cool, it's good. You're gonna be bounce back. But sometimes it's difficult to do that for ourselves. And I realized, like, I have personally I just beat myself up a lot, like a lot. And where I, don't believe in like, things happen and my first thought is like, man, I got to change this, or I feel bad and I feel guilty, and those things are supposed to motivate me to do the right thing. And then when I do the right thing, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good now. But that's a very toxic way to have a relationship with somebody, right? To love them when they do something good, and then when they do something bad, to kind of pull that love back. And I think for me, it's difficult to love other people because I don't love myself in that pure way, right? And I think the more that I'm able to love myself in a pure way, right, even when I'm a mess, I'm able to love other people, right? Because judgment, for instance, right? Like, I'm a very critical person that can work to my advantage and that can work against me as well. And I could tend to look somebody and really critique the whole situation with that person, right? And I can lead into judgment and things like that. And I'm like, man, I want to change this. And through therapy, I learned, like, it's not about, man, I want to change this, I'm bad. It's like, hey, I don't have to change that. That's a part of me. It's who I am. I don't have to change it to be a good person. But what I do need to do is not look at myself and judge myself for judging somebody else, right? I need to love myself and say, man, I understand that you do it for this, that, and the third reason. And yes, it is something I want to change. That doesn't mean that I am going to beat myself up about it or anything else that I do, right? So I think, the importance of, and when you're able to do that, and when I'm able to do that, it comes down to looking at other people. There's less judgment on others, and we're able to love other people even more because we know how to look at ourselves and love ourselves through mess and crap, and we can look at other people and love them through mess and crap, right? But we have to do that for ourselves first. So I thought that was a powerful lesson. I was really inspired to make this video. Yeah, I was very, very inspired. I think the other thing is when it goes into the Christian thing, it's very interesting because, I'm watching the show The Chosen. I did a review on it. It's an amazing show about the life of Jesus. It's a series. Very awesome. And the way that you see Jesus displayed, I think the most powerful thing from the show is that his disciples, they're a mess, but he's just so gentle and patient with them, right? And I'm like, man, like, that's the beautiful thing about Christianity, right? About Jesus, is that God came through Jesus and he just loves us unconditionally, like no strings attached. And I never really understood what that means. And I think in some Christian communities, it can be like, hey, like, you got to do the right thing. And then, but there is no and then. There is not even a do the right thing, literally. It's like God is going to love you regardless, right? And that's a crazy concept. Regardless whether you wake up and do the right thing today or you wake up and you don't do the right thing today, whether you completely just do some crazy stuff, that love is there. And that's how I believe God wants us to love ourselves, in the same way. And when we don't, and we beat ourselves up, I believe that leads to a lot of pressure, a lot of guilt, a lot of depression. And it just goes deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole. So I wanted to share this. I hope this made sense. I know anytime we try to share stuff, I feel like, man, is this going to come out the way I'm thinking about in my head? But I was really motivated to make this. So I hope that it makes sense. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. I don't mind when people disagree with me or feel like, I'm off. It's cool. Let me know. Love you guys. Peace.